Afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Head back to school with all you need from Quartz. Get them laptops, tablets, smart devices, everything they need for the new term. Plus, shop today and save up to 25% on select products. Shop for them today and pay later. Welcome back to school with all you need only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Promotion ends August 31st, 2024. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, even though there was a reported decrease in crimes in St. Vincent and the Grenadines up to the end of June this year, when compared to the same period in 2023, Assistant Commissioner of Police with responsibility for crime fighting, Trevor Bailey, said that he is not satisfied. ACP Bailey said there are some crimes that the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force needs to pay closer attention to, making specific mention of getting a greater handle on offenses of a sexual nature. We hear more from ACP Bailey.
Up to the end of June of this year, we were seeing an 8.4% decrease in crime overall in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in comparison to the same period last year, where they were 2,222 compared to 2,212. Those are the cold hard facts. Am I satisfied? Not totally, because there are some crimes that we need to put a greater handle on. Offenses of sexual nature is still of concern for us.
That was Assistant Commissioner of Police with responsibility for crime fighting, Trevor Bailey. ACP Bailey, while speaking on the Voices program aired on WEFM, gave the assurance that the sexual offenses unit that the sexual offenses reported to the police will be thoroughly investigated by the Sexual Offenses Unit. The unit was launched on November 6, 2018, with 9 persons attached to the unit. Vincentian Olympians Shafika Maloney and Handel Robin are calling for there to be greater collaboration among the nation's athletic coaches. The duo shared their sentiment during an appearance on WEFM's Activated Mornings program on Tuesday as they discussed their 2024 Olympic experience. Maloney said that collaboration of coaches will result in an increased, higher quality athletic performance for Vincentian athletes. We hear more from Shafika Maloney.
Another thing I would like to see is just coaches working together. I think if they treat the country like one big then have athletes, because that's the difference between these countries and the collegiate system and why they're able to, have athletes perform, because in a school system, all the coaches work together. Everybody know they're down to the T and what it takes to make athletes in each event. You don't have a sprints coach trying to coach distance or a distance coach trying to coach the throwing events. And so I think if we treat the country as one big school and all the coaches work together to get because at the end of the day, it's about the country, not about this is my athlete or whatever the case is. It's about the country. So if you treat the country like a school and each coach work together to get the country to where it could be, I think we would be in a better place.
Handel Robin, during the interview, expressed support for Shafika on this point, calling for coaches to form an organization to bring their expertise together for the benefit of the nation's athletes.
In terms of the coaches working together, I would say they should probably form an organization where every coach have a specific event they work on, because everyone is good in certain disciplines. There's a sprint coach, there's Pamela's Bonta who's good in distance. Morgan is good in middle distance. Chester Morgan is good in sprints. Mercy is good in sprints. I think if everyone comes together and work as one and just put pride aside, I don't care who gets offense after this, but if you guys just put your pride aside and work together and put the athletes first and think about their future and how it would benefit them, and eventually everyone will be benefited in the long run, then I think we will be among the rest of the Caribbean in terms of going to Carafta Games, getting a lot of medals. That's just a big thing. Just putting our pride aside and invest.
That was Vincentian Olympian Handel Robin speaking on WeFM's Activated Mornings program. Shafiqa Maloney and Handel Robin both represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the 2024 Paris Olympics in the women's and men's 800-meter races. Maloney made history during her appearance at the Olympics, becoming the first Vincentian athlete to make it to an Olympic final, finishing in fourth place with a time of 1:57.66. Still on the local scene, the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has announced a customer support program to assist loan customers affected by Hurricane Beryl, which has recently wreaked havoc across the Grenadines and parts of the mainland. In response to the widespread damage and economic disruptions caused by the storm, the bank is offering a 6-month loan rate deferral for principal and interest payments. This moratorium, effective from July 1st through December 31st, 2024, will benefit both personal and business loan customers directly impacted by the hurricane. According to the bank, eligible customers include those with loans from the bank's Southern Grenadines branches in Canouan and Union Island, as well as individuals and businesses in the Northern Grenadines and mainland areas who have experienced damage, income loss, or employment reduction due to the storm. Due to communication difficulties, the bank has already suspended payment for customers in Canouan and Union Island. Requests from customers in other affected areas are being processed as they are received. For customers whose jobs or businesses remain unaffected, irregular loan payments should continue as per the original terms. However, the bank will review requests for assistance from those whose disposable income has been indirectly affected by job losses within their immediate or extended families. The deferral program will extend the loan maturity dates by up to 6 months, and deferred payments will be incorporated into the restructured loan terms at the end of the moratorium period. BUSVG noted that customers with loans already in arrears exceeding 90 days as of July 1st will not be eligible for this program. On to news in the region. Jamaica is set to strengthen the legislation that deals with offenses related to firearms. Jamaican Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang said this will be done to tackle gangsters who cause mayhem in communities. The National Security Minister said the killing of 8 persons in the community by men with high powered guns has shocked the entire nation and the gangsters are being pursued. He emphasized that all the legislation dealing with gun crimes must get urgent attention, pointing out that the Jamaican government will take every step to protect citizens, prevent reprisals, and apprehend members of the gangs. Dr. Chang, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, said it was an act of terror on the community, and the police are making every effort to nab the killers, and they will give the communities the required support. Illegal firearms feature in 85% of murders and violent crimes committed across Jamaica. Parents in Trinidad and Tobago are being urged to be on alert as cases of dengue fever among children increase in the country. Pediatric emergency specialist attached to TNT's North Central Regional Health Authority, Dr. Joanne Paul, confirmed this during a Ministry of Health press conference on Tuesday. She's therefore urging parents to pay attention to their children and act before symptoms worsen. According to the specialist, children tend to lose body fluids faster than adults, therefore, it's important to keep them hydrated. She explained that in the 20 to 30 age group, individuals may have experienced the virus before, some 10 years ago, when the country had a surge. As a result, should they become reinfected, the symptoms will be more severe. On the international scene, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida will not seek re-election as leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, the LDP, which he says needs a new start. The 67-year-old LDP veteran is expected to step down as prime minister after the party elects a new leader in September. Support for Mr. Kishida, who has been prime minister since 2021, has fallen in the wake of a corruption scandal involving his party, rising living costs, and a slumping yen. His approval ratings had plummeted to 15.5% last month, the lowest for a prime minister in more than a decade. Within the party, some have doubted whether Mr. Kishida can lead the LDP to a win in the next general election due in 2025. The party has been in power almost continuously since 1955. Still, LDP leaders were shocked by Mr. Kishida's announcement. A senior leader told broadcaster NHK that he had tried to persuade Mr. Kishida to run for office, but the Prime Minister said that would have been irresponsible. Finally, in sports, Conor Gallagher is expected to return to training at Chelsea's Cobham training ground on Wednesday after landing back in London with his Atletico Madrid transfer in the balance. The England international, 24, was pictured in the La Liga club's Metropolitano Stadium on Saturday and spent 5 days in a hotel in Madrid, but has been unable to complete his £33 million transfer. His move was halted because Chelsea's £34.5 million deal to sign Spanish striker Samu Omoradian collapsed over personal terms on Sunday. The Spanish club needs to make one major sale to fund their move for Gallagher after signing Manchester City striker Julian Alvarez for £81.5 million on Monday. Gallagher's move is not considered off but remains under threat of collapse. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent's Limited.
Shop at Quartz Radio Shack from now until August 31st during the hours of 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. daily and get 50% off your purchase. Yes, you heard right. 50% off your purchase, whether you shop on cash or credit during the hours of 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. daily. Don't delay. Shop today only at Quartz Radio Shack.